Greetings and welcome to our virtual yoga class from the Point Defiance Ruston Senior Center. I'm Hal, and this is Gil and Nancy, who show up and assist me every week when they can. But life always gets kind of busy. And right now we're moving into May. It's Cinco de Mayo. And I don't know how many people are celebrating, but if you're going out to celebrate, please be cautious. We're not far enough out of the pandemic that we can discard all the safety measures. So be cautious. But the point I bring up is it's going to be really nice weather soon. And you're going to get very, very busy. So remember to take some time to relax. Don't let yourself stress out, because there's a lot of us who have felt that almost for 18 months we've sort of been locked down, and there's like this urge to try and do everything at once, much like our whole society has been. And that's the source of a lot of stress, and stress is the source of a lot of our injuries, illnesses, and just in general our uneasiness and discontent. So in yoga practice, especially in the tradition that we're working in, the idea is to listen to your body, listen to the flow of the breath, and let that help you to move and breathe and be present, but also understand when you're pushing yourself way too hard. So come into a comfortable seated position. Spine comfortably erect, shoulders down. Let's just do a few simple movements to let go of some of that stress. Open your mouth as wide as you can and gently close it without clenching your jaw. About 3 times, opening and closing. Then bring everything back to the center. Let your jaw be relaxed and gently roll your jaw in a circle. After 3 or 4 times one direction, go the other. And then bring everything back to center. Nice, full, deep breaths. And very gently, slowly as you inhale, raise your shoulders. As you exhale, take the whole exhale to let your shoulders come down and back. Let your breath be at its natural pace, and take the entire inhale to let the shoulders come up. Take the entire exhale to let them come down. 2 more times like that. Last one. Good. Bring everything back to the center and gently curl your fingers in, curl your toes in, and then take the whole inhale to spread your fingers and toes, slowly opening the hands and the feet. Take the whole exhale, bring the hands compressed into like a fist, toes curled under, the whole inhale. And last one. And then bring everything back to the center. Let your eyes close. And take a few moments to draw your awareness inside. Find the flow of the breath. The inhale, pause. The exhale, pause. Inhale, visualizing the breath moving from the top down to the very soles of the feet. Pausing there. The exhale, visualizing the breath moving up through the body and out, all the way out. Breath moving down and in. Breath moving up and out. And as you inhale and bring that breath in, visualize that it's coming down, washing the cells of the body, washing the tensions, gathering them up so that when you exhale, like gray smoke, those tensions come up and out. All those tensions and dis-ease go out into the universe where it dissipates harmlessly. It all, like one of those principles of physics, energy is neither created, it merely changes. And very slowly, let your eyes open. You can blink a number of times, adjusting to the light. Slowly roll the shoulders. And back the other way. So one of the principles of traditional medical systems, like Eastern or those from India, was the concept that there are no poisons. There are just things that are out of balance. So even, let's say, lead, as poisonous as it is and as much as we've contaminated our water supplies, there is a little bit of lead that is necessary for everything to be functioning well. But the same can be true of like any of the other vitamins or minerals or anything we do. Too much of it or in the wrong place it becomes a toxin to us. So the whole idea is to balance. We have to have relaxation and exercise, but overdoing it is not good. So moderation in all things, including moderation. So let's interlock the hands. And let the breath start and inhale, push the palms forward and bring the arms up just level with your shoulders. As you exhale, come and turn the wrists, draw the hands to the heart, wrap the elbows around the body. Inhaling, coming up just level with the shoulders. Exhale, come down, kind of almost a sweeping motion back to the heart. 2 more times. Good. And this time, try to lift the arms farther, maybe up over the head if that doesn't work, as comfortably far as you can. And then turning the hands as you sweep almost in a circle back to the heart. And then reverse that circular motion, coming back up. And reverse, come down the other way. One more time. And release. Good. If you're not moved away from the back of your chair, move back so you have a little space. And be cautious with this next one. Don't push it. Don't compress your back too much. But as you exhale, visualize there's like a basketball coming towards your belly, and let your low back round just enough that it's a good motion back. And then as you inhale, lengthen the spine, let your belly move forward. So concave and convex. And stay within the limits of what feels good for your spine and your vertebrae. Just a couple more times, gently opening up the back. Then return to center. And visualize as you inhale that the breath comes in and lifts the ribs apart. As you exhale, the ribs allow themselves to move back together, but that doesn't mean collapsing. It's just along your rib cage. Inhale, exhale without collapsing. Now take that nice lift you have on the inhale, and as you inhale, gently twist to one side. As you exhale, come back to the center. You inhale, twisting to the other side. You exhale, back to center. This next time, when you twist to your first side, come in and stay. Don't push in so hard there's any pain, but breathe into the spine and lengthen it, and just stay wherever you can comfortably move to. Couple more breaths. And then gently inhale back to the center. And here at the center, stay with the breathing, lengthen the spine with the inhale. Let the ribs gently move in and down on the exhale. 2 or 3 nice full breaths like that. And the next time you're ready to inhale, lengthen the spine and come into the twist and stay for a few breaths. And then back to the center when you're ready. And stay for a few breaths. Roll the shoulders a couple of times each direction. And everything back to center. Good. Extend one leg. And take a moment, take your hand and just squeeze those big muscles there in the top of your thigh. Quadriceps ones that get really tight if we spend a lot of time sitting. And then release, extend the other leg about the same. You can squeeze. In massage school, they called that big C, little c. And then run your hand up and down the leg. And then release. Change to the other side. Now try to move from your hip. If your hip is really tight and you're trying to force rolling the leg open or closed, and you let it all be in your knee, that can be really damaging. So as much as your hip will allow, let your leg roll one way, and then let it roll back the other way. Few more times. Maybe do 4 or 5 times like that. Just gently listening to your body and rolling in each direction. And after you've done 3, 4, 5 times, release. Come to the other side. Take a moment and then begin slowly moving from your hip, not just your knee. And after you feel even, return to center and just shake your legs out. Bounce them a little bit, massaging the soles of the feet. And extend one leg again. Draw the toes to the nose and then point your toe. Draw to the nose and then point. Couple more times. And bring everything back to center. Moving from below the navel, trying not to round your back overly. Hinge at the hips, and on an exhale, slide your hand and come down any amount. On the inhale, slide and come back up. 3 more times like that, moving in and out. Move as much as you can with the breath. As we mentioned earlier, be aware of how the breath, because as you start to come down, your breath may be smooth, but if you start pushing too hard, you can feel that. So a total of 4 times, please. And after you've done about 4 times, release. No need to rush. Let's extend the other leg. Take a breath or 2. As you gently flex and extend, drawing the toes up and then pointing. And when you're ready, come back to the center. Hinge from the hips, draw the navel in, gently flow and come down, and flow and come back up. About 4 times, watching your breath. And after you've done about 4, when you feel even, come up, slowly release, shake the legs a bit. Good. Now extend the first leg again. And, I think it's worth it to spend a little time noticing how the breath responds when you bend forward. And one of the ways we do that is by making a gentle sound. You can make this sound low enough that only you can hear it, but it's a gentle sound. Let's pick the syllable ah, nice and open, allows the breath to flow. And take a nice full deep breath through the nose and chant ah. Inhale back up. So notice, as we did before, if it gets ragged or hard. One more time. And come back up when you're done. Extend the other leg. Find your breath. Always take a moment to find the smooth rhythm of the breath. Then 3 times with that syllable. Oh. 2 more times on your own. Nice, full, deep breath. And then bring everything back to center. Good. Interlock the hands. Stretch up as much as you comfortably can without pushing too hard. Push the palms out wide and down. Roll the shoulders a few times one way, a few times the other. And extend both legs out if you can. Be far enough on your seat that you're solid there. Draw the toes to the nose, knees unlocked but not rigid. Hinge from the hips and come down about 1/3 the distance you think you can come. Then inhale, come back up. A second time, come down about 1/3 of the distance you think you can come. Then come back up. And then come about 2/3 of the distance you think you can come without pain. And back up. Second time. And then come now twice, as far as you think you comfortably can. And then release. Shake the legs a bit. Nice full deep breaths. Good. And now if you're comfortable with it, we're going to come up to standing. I forgot to mention again at the beginning, if you feel unsure of your balance, try to have a chair near you. Or one of my favorite things is to be in a doorway, but just slightly behind the door frame, because that way you could come up and use it for balance on either side. But go ahead and stop the tape if you need to, and make the arrangements so that you can find your balance. And then when you're ready, we'll come up to standing. All right, let's come back up. Hopefully you've remembered to turn the tape back on if you stopped it. If not, this will be an exercise in you learning to be patient. Okay, roll the shoulders. You guys need to remind me next time to remind folks.
Stop the tape.
Stop the tape.
We're a tape, right? We're still talking to you.
And shake the arms. Good. Now, bend your elbows slightly. If you straighten your arms, it makes your shoulders rigid. We want them to relax. Take a nice, full, deep breath. And as you exhale, gently turn. As you inhale, come back to the center. Wrapping the one arm towards your low back, the other arm across your chest. And the next time you come to the first side, come in and stay where there is no pain, but a nice stretch, a little bit of a twist. 3 or 4 nice full breaths if you can. And then moving back to the center. And to the other side, and once again stay 3 or 4 nice full deep breaths. And when you're ready, back to center. Roll the shoulders. And step the feet slightly wider if you can. Just outside of the width of your hips if you can. And remind if you need balance, don't be afraid to use it. And as you inhale, sweep up one arm and let your body curve and come to the side. As you exhale, come back to center. As you inhale, curving, moving the ribs to the side, come up. Exhale, back to center. And this time, as you do it, if you can, turn your head and gently look up under the arm. As you exhale, come up, head to center, body back to center. Next inhale, turning the head, looking up. Next exhale, back to center. One more time like that. And bring everything back to center. Go ahead and leave the feet slightly wider than the usual stance. Draw the navel in, feel like you're pulling yourself down, knees unlocked, and come down any amount. Slide your hands if that gives you more security. Inhale, slide, and come back up. If you feel very stable and you're used to this, you can extend the arms down. Come back up. About 4 times total, please. And when you've done about 4 times, bring everything back to the center. And release and roll your shoulders. Good. Step the feet back in. And let's come back to sitting. Nice, long, full spine. And a little bit more work with the breath, releasing tensions, releasing toxins, and releasing dis-ease, because dis-ease is the root of disease. So come into the nice, comfortable, erect position. Let your eyes close, or if that makes you feel uncomfortable, let them just become very soft. The lids come down part way if you wish. And imagine above you a beautiful sun. And as you inhale, visualize you're drawing that sunlight down through the crown of your head. And it gently flows down through the whole body, coming down all the way to the fingertips. As you exhale, coming all the way back up and out. Inhale down the center of the body, all the way to the tailbone, as well as flowing down the arms. Coming back up the spine, up through the arms, out the crown of the head. And now, draw the breath in. It flows simultaneously down to the fingertips, down the center of the body to the tailbone, and continuing on down the legs to the toes and soles of the feet. The exhale, it comes up and out all the way from the soles of the feet. Inhaling from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. Exhaling back up all the way out. The inhale, visualize bright, beautiful sunlight coming down, flowing down, energizing the body. The exhale, coming up and expelling any toxins. Inhaling, coming down, exhaling, coming up and out. Then gently release that image and just breathe full and deep and natural. And when you're ready, let the head lift to level. Let your eyes gently open. And a couple of last things to clear the lungs. We're going to take a nice deep breath through the nose, and then we're going to exhale and we're going to make the sound ma. And we're going to do that 3 times. We all breathe at different rates, so we'll start together, but then you continue on at your own pace until you've done 3. So inhale through the nose. Ma. 2 more times on your own. And then just take a nice deep sigh. Let your blood move through the body. Go ahead, take the hands, arms and legs, stimulate the flow of blood. And then back to the center. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you again in a couple of weeks.